What up? Here's a good question I got in my email. Basically says, how come every time I find the strength to come out of depression and think that I'm never going to be depressed again, something happens and I find myself feeling depressed again? Well, here's the thing about depression. It's inevitable, No one's higher than depression. You're only higher than depression if you're literally so stupid you haven't evolved at all. You can be so stupid that you're never depressed. That's possible, but it's rare. No one's really fucking... Sorry, this cop just zoomed around me. Thought I was getting pulled over. Anyways, there's nothing you can do to avoid depression. Everybody's got to go through depression, because depression is really just realization. Because the things that depress you, for the most part, is just reality. And it's just the way things happen. You can't do anything. It's out of your control. You can't do anything about it. So depression is really just realization of all the shitty things in life. Like, let's take, for example, death. Death's a hard thing. And pretty much no matter what, when you lose someone, it's hard not to feel depressed about that. But if you think about it, you're supposed to know that you're going to lose everybody. Either you're going to lose everybody around you, or you're going to die. One of the two. There's no way you're going to live the same amount of time as everyone else around you and you're all going to die at the same time. Everybody's going to die around you. You have to mentally grasp that. You have to grasp that so hard before you can even move on living a life. Yeah, you can be sad when people die, but you have to grasp that concept with your brain. And the same thing with depression and other things, whether it be relationships or it doesn't even have to be death. Just when life is not going the way that it should, or if it's not necessarily going good at all, it sucks. But the thing with depression is every time you're depressed, evaluate the situation the best you can and try to understand how to remove yourself from the situation. Do a little bit of lifeguard thinking. Put yourself on the lifeguard stand. Watch everybody else on the beach. Everybody else being all the thoughts in your head and all the fucking worries about everything. And just understand that A, to a certain extent it's out of your control. And B, the more emotion you bring about it doesn't necessarily fix the problem. It just lets the emotion out that's happening inside of your body. So it's like, be depressed, but don't get caught up on the fact that you are depressed. Just, if you're depressed, whatever. Accept what you need to accept, and then gain the strength to move on. And when you move on, you're not gonna be free from depression necessarily. You're just ready for the next level of depression. Because with the more and more experience, and the more shit you do, and the more intelligence, the smarter you make yourself, the more realizations you have about life. Or the more experiences you have, the more things that happen to you that are bound to make you unhappy. These are all things that are all part of reality from day one. So really, depression is about the steps. It's about every time you become depressed, it's about evaluating your situation, gaining the strength to get out of it, and then just simply preparing yourself for the next time you're going to be sad. Because everything's a fucking cycle, and you can't have sadness without happiness, and vice versa. You need every part of this world in order for balance. So don't try to cut anything out.